All right, you guys, we're back at the Wynn. We got a $1,600 1.5 million guarantee today. There's 3-day ones. We're here on day 1B. I'm feeling really good. I just did a really awesome yoga class. It was within a Van Gogh exhibit, which is really cool, like only in Vegas, right? It's really refreshing to do things like that in the middle of the series, in the middle of this long grind, just to recharge your batteries, reconnect with some people that aren't in the poker world, and then come back feeling ready to fight for pots, feeling ready to win, have that warrior-like spirit. Let's just get into it. Let's go. Let's go play and have some fun. The first interesting hand happens at 300, 600, 600. Under the gun opens to 1,500. We're under the gun 1 and make it 3,500 with pocket aces. Under the gun 2, cutoff, and big blind all cold call my 3,500. I'm not kidding you guys, nobody is folding at this table. Under the gun thinks for a while and jams for more than we have. So we obviously call all in for 23K. Everyone else folds and it's a dream spot. We're up against pocket queens. When the board runs out, we hold and we double, plus a lot more. All right, in this one, the low jack opens to 1,200. Hijack calls, I call in the small blind with ace 4 of hearts, and the big blind comes along as well. The flop is king 5 deuce with 2 hearts. Flop checks around, and when the turn brings a king of diamonds, I don't think low jack or hijack would be checking back with a king here 4 ways with the flush draw on the board and, you know, some wheel potential. This is a card I'm gonna bet a lot. I can easily call a raise, so I lead for 3K. Everyone folds and we take it down. All right, so this guy that opens this hand has been very, very active. He is not a folder. He opens the button to 1,300. We peel the big blind with queen 10 offsuit. The flop is 9 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, deuce of spades. I check, he bets, and we call. The turn is an offsuit jack. Boop, got him. He bets 3,200. We make the nuts, we're raising. We make it 9,500, he folds. In this one, we're up against that same active guy. He opens to 2,200 and we look down at ace king offsuit. We make it 6K from late position. He makes the call. The flop is ace 6 deuce all spades. He checks.
In game, I really wasn't sure how to approach this flop. It's a monotone flop in a 3-bet pot with an ace on the board. So I ended up checking, but I think looking back and talking with some people afterwards, including Jesse, I probably should bet small, get value from other ace-x, get value from pairs that have a spade, and proceed from there.
The turn is an ace of diamonds. So now we make trips. He checks again. We throw out a little bet of 5,500 and he pretty quickly folds. All right, buckle up for this one. It's a fun one. This same guy we've been battling with, the one that's super active, who does not fold, opens button to 2K at 501K. We defend our big blind with 4-3 of clubs. The flop is 10-6-5 with 2 hearts and a spade. We check, and once again, button bets. This time he bets 3K. I consider raising, but I'm just gonna call my open ender. The turn is an offsuit deuce. We hit the straight. We are super pumped for this, and against this player too. It's just like, wow, we are running so good versus him. It's insane. We check to him. He bets 7K. We have about 57K to start the street. We're gonna raise a size that we can get called on the turn and jam river pretty comfortably. So we make it 20,000. He snap calls. The river is a jack of diamonds. No flush gets there. We have the absolute nuts. We're just praying that he calls us. So we jam all in and he goes well into the tank, pulls out his chips, puts them back in his stack, shuffles them a little more, looks at me, looks at the board. Finally, he stakes it in, you guys. We get the full double. We are running so good before dinner break. In this hand, the opener is on a 25 big blind stack to start. He opens under the gun 1 to 2400. I'm next to act with pocket jacks. I want to ISO this player. If he jams over my 3-bet, I happily call off with jacks, so I make it 6K. When it folds around to him, he folds. We still have about 5.5 hours to go, most likely on the day. I feel really good about my play, so let's just kind of keep this momentum going and finish the day strong. If we bag for day 2, we have a day off tomorrow, so extra incentive to play really well and to keep running well. This is the life of a tournament poker pro. You get in there, you get your hopes up, you run super fiery hot, you go eat dinner and you come back and then things go the complete opposite direction and then you're out 2 hours later. That's what we're doing in this car right now. We are out of the tournament. But let's go over the hands from this last few levels, shall we? Because it was a wild ride. All right, so the new blinds are 1,000, 1,500, 1,500. Low jack opens to 3,500. Hijack and button both call. We peel the big blind with 5-4 offsuit. That might be a little frisky. I might need to fold. I toss in the extra 2K. We're going to a flop of jack 6-3 with 2 spades and a club. It checks all the way around to the button. This is the same guy who we got with the 3-4 of clubs and the queen 10 earlier in the day. He bets 8,500. We have an open ender, cannot fold. The other two have been playing very straightforward and are very likely to fold behind me. The turn is a 6 of spades. We check, he bets 7K, we fold. We can't do anything else, we have 5-4. Then we get moved to this new fun table. I'm sitting down, there's a guy talking to me about my YouTube. He's trying to get his girlfriend into poker. Me and him play a lot in Vegas, he's great. Anyway, he's trying to talk to me about YouTube. I look down, I have ace queen off. I've moved to this table with maybe 60K. So I'm just like, all right, hold on one sec. Juggling a lot. I opened to 4,500 from early position with this ace queen. The very next player to act jams all in for what looks like 12 big blinds or so. We call and we're up against pocket 9s. 9 right in the door. We lose that flip and now we ourselves are pretty short and have about 22K. So buckle up because now it's about to get a little bumpy. This good kid that is like really friendly from Sweden, I believe. Shout out to Stefan. He was great, super nice. Anyway, he jams the small blind. I have ace-8 off in the big blind with less than 10 bigs. I make the call and we win versus jack-10 offsuit. Then Ryan Tosick opens under the gun to 4K. He had about 20 blinds to start the hand. My Swedish friend to my right calls the hijack and I'm in the cutoff with ace-queen off on 22 big blinds. We rip it in. Now the big blind goes into the tank. And I'm just like, oh God, because if he goes into the tank and calls, we are crushed. He does not call, he goes all in. He's got like 40 something. So if we lose versus him, we will still have a few chips behind. Ryan snap calls. So now I'm like, oh my God, ace queen is dust in this spot. Swedish guy folds. And we see we're up against, big blind has pocket 10s. Ryan has ace king. The flop is something and the turn is a queen. Everybody's like, woohoo. No, I'm kidding. But I'm saying that in my head. The river is a freaking 10. We got our hopes up. We thought we were gonna suck out on everyone. No. Good game, Ryan. Big blind triples up. We are left with crumbs. This guy opens in the cutoff to 4K. We peel jack-10 offsuit from the big blind off of 6 big blinds. If we flop a pair, a draw, any sort of equity, we're gonna go with it. The flop is king 6-5, rainbow, he bets, we fold. So at this point I have taken the all-in button from the dealer. I told him I was gonna hold on to it for safekeeping because any moment I'm gonna be all in. We do not pick up any shovable hand and then we are down to our last 6,500. at 2,500 big blind. When you're really short like this and you're about to have to pay the big blind ante and the big blind, you have to just jam like everything. So when you're forced to go all in the big blind for 2,500 and you do actually win, you're only gonna get 2,500. If you jam under the gun, now you can get that full 6,500. So you have to be super wide. I jam with King 7 offsuit. The button, I believe, calls with Queen Jack off. We flop a 7, we river a 7. I believe we rivered a boat, to be honest. I don't know, I was just happy to hold with our King High. So now we're super rich. We've got like 8 whole big blinds. Our Swedish friend folds his small blind, gives us a walk, and we look down, we had ace queen.
Oh my God, are you serious? This guy is too good.
Isn't this crazy? This would be such a freaking crazy comeback if you didn't know that I was already sitting in the car, busted out of the tournament. Now we're in the small blind. We look down, we have King 5 offsuit. If you look down at a king in the small blind, off of 10 blinds, you're all in. So that's what I did, I went all in. We're having a lot of fun. Everybody's really like sweating it out. They've heard about the YouTube thing.
Thank you.
Together?
They're trying to, make it fun for the vlog. He ends up folding.
For the sake of the video, keep it alive.
All right.
And we win some chips. All right, then we have 26,000. We are so rich. We have 10.5 blinds. We jam it all in there from the low jack, I believe. The cutoff goes all in for 40K. And then the small blind, the guy who had 10s earlier against our ace queen, starts going into the tank and we're just like, God, again? He ends up folding. But we're up against ace king. I'll let the footage play for the run out.
Maybe it's straight. Oh. Wow. Oh.
So yeah, we are out of another tournament. This one was really fun. I felt super confident at the table for once in my freaking life. I'm really enjoying vlogging still. Hearing that guy that I play with tell me that he's trying to get his girlfriend into poker by watching these videos is kind of fun. Like little things like that. It just makes this so worth doing. And I really can't wait to keep making these. I've been out of this tournament for like 30 minutes. I gotta go home. I gotta go to sleep. Bye guys, good luck.